What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to our channel once again. What's the Matter Coaching, Highly Evolved Beings, episode 12, Riding the Wave of Life. Okay, Crystal, as always, tell me, what are the three things we always talk about in regards to riding the wave of life?
The what, the why, and the how.
How. Perfect. So, to begin with always, let's first understand what we mean by the title, Riding the Wave of Life. Okay, so what we're going to be talking throughout this video is the pure principle and essence of the flow of our universe, of our reality, of our creative potential that we are here to experience. Okay, as you can see, life itself is far more intelligent and has its own natural rhythm that we are beginning to realize and become one with. Therefore, creating with the flow of the universe, creating as one with the universe. I'm pretty sure plenty of you have heard that. Creating the power of, who you really are with the power of God. Another way of recognizing this pure principle. The pendulum swings, right? To the right and to the left,
yes.
To the left and to the right. As you can see, there's always a flow happening, okay? Our in-breath.
It never stops.
Our out-breath. That flow of not creating anything to then creating something. We're awake now in waking life, but guess what? At a point in the day, we end up falling asleep and we go to sleep and we're unconscious. Waking state, conscious, to then unconscious. Look at this primordial, pure flow that's happening, this rhythm of creation, okay? And this is what it means to ride the wave of life, okay? To become aware that you are part of that function that is relevant, and it's shown through all things. As we showed you, the breath, the sleeping, the not sleeping, right? The working, and coming back home and relaxing. You see, it's an idea, it's a principle that's always showing itself. So that is what is meant by riding the wave of life, right, Crystal? So now tell me, Crystal, what is the why? Why is it important to become conscious of riding this wave of life?
Yes, it's important to become conscious, because when you're not conscious of how the wave of life goes, by the time that wave comes, is exactly in the beach. When the wave comes, it takes you, and then that will come into your life, and it will take you, regardless you want or not.
Whatever circumstance.
Now you're going to choose to be conscious with that wave, or you're going to choose to be unconscious. If you're conscious, you're like, let's go, let's do this, I'm prepared. Mm-hmm. But if you're not, then you're going to start in the victim mentality. Oh my God, what is this is happening? What is happening? Why this is happening? Why me? And it's because you're not being conscious of how the wave of lives go.
Yeah, it's just knowing that and recognizing that you're part, right, of the greater whole, and you also have the power of the whole. And that's why where we use the analogy in this video of the wave of life. As you can see, it sounds similar to the riding the way of life, right? Way, right, being, and that way being the perspective that we're offering, that we're inviting you to participate in, which is that you are an ocean itself already. You are an ocean with the power of the ocean, and you're just now recognizing that you have that power to your availability. That is your capacity within you to unlock it. And from knowing yourself to be that space that is the power of the ocean,
ready to be unleashed.
Ready to be unleashed in whatever tidal wave that you want, whatever wave of emotion, thought, energetic potential, riding that wave of life into whatever manifestation you want. From that ocean, you create your dream life. You create the wave necessary to carry you and to take you into wherever you want to be in this life, whatever you want to create within yourself.
Yes.
But if you feel separate, right, and you don't know yourself to be an ocean,
and you don't know yourself to be that as well, and it's like where I'm going. It's like a car not knowing where it goes, and lost. And it's like you just go back forward, but it's like a puppet. Boom, boom, boom.
Yeah, but a lot that describes that state of boom, boom, boom. That describes the state of the majority of our population right now, right? Everyone's always complaining. What I hear conventionally all the place, a lot of my family members, right? All I hear is complaining about this and this or that. This is happening on the news, or this is happening to my health, to me. You see that chaos within your own inner being, right? Your inner world. Why is it so chaotic when it can flow so naturally, just like the trees behind us, just like the ocean, having that natural rhythm to come back to, that space, that feeling of home. Okay, and that's what we want to bring forth to you. And I want to also mention of why it's so important. I want to mention that example that I told you about the surfer dudes, right?
Oh yes, that's a great example.
Maybe you have watched some movies where, you know, some surfers in Hawaii or California, and they're like, dude, we're like one with the wave, one with the ocean. We are the ocean, you know, whatever. I say the accent.
It's an helicopter.
Yeah, I use that accent because it brings me pure joy when I used to watch that accent, that identity within a movie screen, right, or within a show. I used to watch that surfer dude feel so loving, so at peace with the water itself. When, you know, for me being a child, I was like, damn, the water, what's inside of the water, you know? So for them to have that connection, I admired and I actually cherished that accent and that fun, joyful, goofy like vibe that they were giving off, because I part of me recognized the profoundness within them and that identity, that they were identifying with a greater whole, with a greater idea of love. Their love emanating all the way so that it represents an ocean. The love and the captivity, the all-encompassing ocean, which is everywhere, all around the whole entire world. So this is the importance of it, because as soon as you start to realize that you are this ocean, you can then create this space necessary within yourself through identifying with a greater archetype, again, a greater identity, which is this ocean. And then you get your power from this place as well. You get the power to create your dream life. But if you feel yourself separate or a little tiny wave, and you're creating from that space of a tiny wave or a tiny person, you know?
When it's a big ocean,
yeah.
and it's like it's limited. You are limited your own self.
Your own self.
When you're the ocean, just
so, you know, it's enjoying the process. You know, enjoying the process of not rushing into, oh my God, I have to do this time frame. I have to do this immediately. No. Send out some of the waves, right? Start identifying with a greater whole. Recognizing that you're one with all things. You know, one thing is identifying and another thing is attaching. You see, I want you to recognize that right now. One thing is using something to your advantage to identify with something bigger so you can gain a greater perspective on life, integrate that perspective until you become that perspective made manifest. Okay? And then another thing is attaching to a perspective and limiting yourself by that identity that you're creating. For example, getting identified with, oh, I'm an ocean. And that's it, you stop right there. You don't expand any greater than just you being the ocean.
It's just me in the ocean, that's it.
That's called attachment. But to identify with something greater than yourself, that will give you the strength to become a greater version of yourself. But guess what? After that version becomes another greater version, right? So let's talk about the how. So how do we begin now to embrace this higher mind, right? This higher identity, this higher principle, this higher beingness that we have within us, which is going to allow us to ride the wave of life peacefully and harmoniously.
To become conscious, to find that place of stillness within yourself.
Okay.
And
so like the watcher, the observer consciousness.
Everything that is happening. Oh, this is happening. And you're conscious. Okay, now what is going to be my next move? Or how I'm going to start. Okay, so this is what I have to change. This is what is happening. And from there, you just all the way. You're not.
How does that space feel, Crystal? That space when you can finally take a breather with all your thoughts coming in your mind, and you're able to really say, okay, wow, I'm living life. I'm breathing. Now, what route can I take to arrive to my goal?
It feels liberating.
Liberating.
So liberating that the amount of energy and love that you feel and it's so much that you feel that you cannot handle it, but you can handle it. It's just that you're not used to it to handle it.
Because you haven't just allowed yourself to be, right? It's just about letting go, guys. Letting
go with love.
With love.
It's not let go, fuck everything. No, that's one way. Or it's like let go. I'm gonna let go, but with love. Always with love.
Loving everything that has happened to you in your life. Loving all the failures, the so-called failures that you think you've experienced in your life. Those are only opportunities to learn and to grow. And recognizing that you're still riding the wave of life.
We all are.
Everybody is riding the wave of life. everyone's going through their own tsunami, right? Hitting them and saying, fudge, right? Why is this happening to me? But guess what? They're still asking themselves, why is this happening to me? Why is my life this way? Only because they haven't yet realized that they are the ocean itself that has embarked on this journey, this wave of life that we call life on Earth. You see, that is the beauty of it.
Yes, now that the real question here is, are we going to all as a collective unite in the same wave? Or we're going to keep going our own wave, one to each other? We're going to unite as that big ocean that we all are, and unite all in the same type.
That same being, aligning with that same beingness. Every person in the world recognizing that they are an ocean, and then by them being an ocean and creating that space within themselves to view their reality, then you can finally view your reality in terms of, all right, I know now that there's a flow of the universe. There's a flow of my reality. Things happen for a reason. That is the intelligent design of our reality. The fabric of reality itself is intelligent and self-organizing. So that the fact that it is self-organizing, we don't have to worry about a thing, but just go out and create what we seek. And to recognize that, okay, there might be a time for me to create what I want in my life and to set that into motion and take actions, and there's going to be other times in my life where I'm going to be able to rest, to go within myself, to find my space once again, to find my joy once again, to find my greater purpose again and again.
Just breathe.
The motion of the universe, in and out, up and down, side to side, the ebb and flow, the polarities, the dualities. This is a theme. This is who we are.
It's necessary to have the duality. It is necessary to know yourself. If you don't have duality, if you don't have good, bad, up, down, hot, cold.
And look, let's bring that duality back into the ocean, right? A very chaotic wave would be the nasty ocean, right? One duality of it. And the other duality of it would be, wow, look at this beautiful wave. Look at the clear water. Again, look at the duality of it. But then you have the perspective that's beyond duality, which is oneness, which is viewing the ocean as a freaking ocean, not as a bad wave or bad weather or good weather. No, as the beauty of weather itself, the beauty of the ocean itself. Okay? So, As always, I guess this video came out to more of a motivational video, right? We didn't expect it. We wanted it to be more structured so you can realize how to create from a better place within yourself, to really realize and resonate with that greater place within you. But with much love, with much light, what's the matter with you? What is matter really?
What's the matter with the world? Thank you for watching us.
Thank you for watching. Let's evolve.